Hi, I'm back again to go over what I got out of chapters 13 and 14, leadership perspectives. So I feel like I'm going to merge kind of these two into one because everything that I read in these chapters actually kind of played into my work at work. Leadership perspectives, my boss came to me last week and she let me know that she put my name in the pipeline to be developed into the future leaders of our business organization. And I was over the moon and I was like, wow, I can't believe that. I never thought that I would get that far just being a manager. And she said, Mallory, you're not just a manager, you're a leader. And so when I read that, I was like, wow, maybe I am, And so I really took a lot from that because it said that managers just maintain the status quo, promote stability, and ensure the smooth running of operations, whereas leaders create vision, introduce change and movement, and influence others to help achieve goals. And, that's what I do. I want people to have the same kind of passion that I do for, working in the hospital and being able to help and assist and learn and grow. And, if you have that fire, you're more engaged and you're going to learn new skills and you're going to take it farther. So that's what I try to give to my subordinates at work. And, I even loved the fact that, let me see, I think I had it written down. Hang on. So I wrote a star down next to authentic leadership because I felt like it really resonated with that. But then I also really resonated with, empowering leadership because I'm trying to teach my peers at work, you can do this. Learn it, you can apply it, and then that way you feel empowered that how to make that right decision the next time, and you won't even need to come to me. And so then that kind of carried me over into chapter 14, where after my boss said that she threw my name into the pipeline, I had a meeting with HR, Miss Jamie from P&O, and she is working with me mainly on my development because that's who my interview would be with once I get there. And she said, Mallory, you need to get your visibility out there. And I said, I don't understand what you mean. She said, if you are aiming for a promotion, you need to get your name out there. You need to network. You need to do all of this. And so I reached out to our regional vice president and, said, hey, we've met a couple of times before. I just am touching base. What are some things that you're looking for in this potential candidate to be moved up to be over 20 hospitals? And he emailed me back and he said, we'll talk about it in person. I'm coming to Georgia. And he came to my hospital and we did. And he said that, he was just really inspired by how I spoke and interacted with my team and that he thinks that I could do that on a portfolio management level. And I was like, wow. So that's kind of what I got out of both of those chapters. Really resonated more so with chapter 13 than I did chapter 14, just because I'm not into politics and power, but I got to learn it if I'm going to move up. But that's my take on it. Thank you.